Hello everybody, Naughty Nana Does. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? I'm coming to you from my front porch because it's been raining off and on. The wind's kicking up and Vivi doesn't want to go out where it's wet. So we're going to do it from my front porch, and today I want to talk about some stuff that was going on when... I'm going to start with when I was young and what my mom said to what's actually going on now. I just have to say that, back when I was a kid, my mom, we lived in southern Ontario, and we were lucky enough to have a television set. My mom used to watch WIVB News in Buffalo, and she just said, every time I turn on that friggin' TV, you can hear all the fire engines, there's fires all the time. She said, you can, there's somebody getting shot. And that was back in the, I'm going to say late 50s, early 60s, because that's when I think we got our TV when, I don't know, it was maybe 5, so 59, 60, somewhere around there. But anyway, she'd always say, look at those fires. Every night I put the news on, there's the fires, she'd say. You can hear the fire reels. Not sirens, fire reels. But your mom, it's not just down there, as you used to say. It's here in Canada. And I want to talk about something. It's probably going to, I don't know, some people are going to get pissed at it. I don't know. But I just want one journalist, one reporter on Capitol Hill to ask guys like, or at the Pentagon, Pig Hegseth, or Manu Raju on Capitol Hill. I love that guy. I really do. He asks good questions. He doesn't give up. I just want one of them to ask the likes of anybody on the Armed Services Committee, Republican. Mini Mike Johnson. Mini Mike, I've got no Johnson. Mike Moses Mike, whatever you want to call him. Skin's looking particularly taut these days. I guess he got the book too, the Mar-a-Lago book. But that's neither here nor there. But when are these journalists, and I would really like Manu Raju to do this, I would like him to ask the likes of Pig Hegseth and Mini Mike I've got no Johnson. So can you give us a date for the Civil War, when it's going to start for sure? Like, when is the ribbon cutting or whatever going to happen? When is that? Do you count it down like 3, 2, 1, go? Is it on your mark, get set, go? When is the Civil War officially going to begin? When's it going to begin? Because then people can prepare for it. This bullshit that's going on now, this drizzle and dripping, isn't sitting too well with the citizens. When is it going to come? When will there be a vote on the floor to pass a resolution for an official civil war in your own country? When will he pass that resolution? When is the ribbon cutting? Like I said, they already chiseled the name of the Department of Defense, already chiseled that off the walls, put up the Department of War. Like, these are hints. These are hints. Just changing the letterhead from Department of Defense to Department of War, it's going to cost Americans millions. Millions of dollars just for the letterhead. When does the list come out on which cities will be made to toe the line? When does that list come out? I would like to know. How many active duty military, all armed up, and all the military vehicles, how many of those will be allotted to each city? Reg Force guys and gals. When will they be out there? He boasts about, we are the law and order party. Well, when will you order U.S. military men and women to start openly unaliving people that the mango moose knuckle doesn't want in his country anymore. They're doing it in drips and drabs in the internment camps. But when are they going to start doing that openly? Is there a time frame? Is there a time frame for that? How much indoctrination will it take to get your reg force military to get to the point where they will put a gun in a civilian's face and fire? Or a pew. Are we supposed to say pew pew now? Like we're children? How much indoctrination will it take to get the military to actually go out and unalive their fellow citizens? How long? People are arming up now. They're arming up now. They're buying buckets of bullets. And these are the good guys. These are the average, everyday, law-abiding citizens. They are arming up. There was supposed to be like 127 guns per person. That industry is going to make billions in the next year. Billions. What will happen when the bad guys, the Christians for guns and Jesus or whatever else shit they come up with, when will they come for you? You thought he was just coming for illegal immigrants? He's only coming for the criminals, people, just the criminals. Why do you think he hasn't lowered food prices? Why do you think rents keep going up? Why do you think he's cutting your medical care? Why do you think this is happening? Because he's putting targets on the backs of poor and disabled people. And he doesn't care what color you are. Just, I don't know, take a look who's running the show, shall we? Who's running the show? They all have a past, so Trump has something on each and every one of them. Every single one of them. And I think a few of the, out of the top 5 or something, 3 of them have SA included in their legacy. Either as a perpetrator or someone who chose to look the other way and allowed that to happen. To me, they're just as bad. But yeah, how many people tied to his arse have SA tied to theirs, including him? They all have a past. And they're all Republican Jesus cult members. Every single one of them. And they're all white. They are all rich. All of them. They are firing all the black and brown women in government. Have you noticed? They're firing women in government, period. Better watch out there, MARSHA BLACKBURN. They don't want no white governor in the South. They don't. So you better take a back seat. As far back as you can get, if you ask me. And once the cult leaders in government are done with the immigrants, them poor white people are next. America is about 5 years ahead of us here in Canada. But don't think Republican Jesus has been sitting on his hands. Republican Jesus has been working diligently behind the scenes to ban books. And they have been working since Reagan in Alberta. Yeah, because it's all about money and oil and fossil fuels. Did you know that Henry Ford's first car was basically going to be electric? But the fossil fuel people, oh no, we can get that going faster with some gasoline. Look where it got us. Look where it got us. I am trying to be the storm. So yeah, America's about 5 years ahead of us in this little whatever. We now have not mine, the Alberta Premier, Danielle Smith, working to ban books. There will be no more Handmaid's Tale read in K through 12. A 12-year-old would do a better job running Alberta than she is. Just saying. And one of the first books on the list was our fabulous Margaret Atwood, Canadian author. Getting rid of that book because there's too many hints in that book. Why do you think they got rid of it in the States for schools? Too many hints to what's to come. She's working on banning vaccine mandates. She is working on ending those, and she says, Alberta is not going to just go along with whatever edict the federal government brings down. Then Ottawa will be a lot more judicious in coming through with any type of policy like vaccine mandates. This coming from the woman whose province, I might add, had the worst measles outbreak in over 50 years. The last time there was an outbreak this big, Alberta didn't even have an NHL team. O Canada was not yet our national anthem. You know what got rid of the measles? Vaccines. You know what got rid of them? If you want to go to school, you need to get a vaccine for measles, mumps, rubella. Then hepatitis took a big hit. Schools all over the place. Kids were dying. So they made it mandatory to have a vaccine. So we're not going to go along with what the government. That is the start, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, the start of our Canadian Civil War. But you know what? There's a lot of good people out in Alberta that are just going, no, Danielle, fuck you. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. You have a little handful of people. The rest of Canada is behind you. But she's blowing smoke up people's ass with that because she already stripped Alberta of the authority to do that when she made changes to Alberta's Public Health Act. She will have the authority over provincial workers, she said, not the government. She can't go in and tell federal workers that they need to be vaccinated so everybody can go to work. No, she will have the sole authority over that because she can't control federal workers. But pretty soon she wants to have her own little country. That's not going to happen. Besides, Queen Dadulo, she was arrested for guns. Yeah. Queen Dadulo. So maybe you should talk to her and see how she's making out. This is a woman that thought that she was self-made Queen of Canada. You should see the shit she's up to. Google her. Canada's Queen. She will force drug addicts into treatment. Yep, that's what they're doing in the States too. Funny how it's going hand in hand here, right? She will force drug addicts into treatment. And we all know what happens when we force addicts into treatment. It doesn't work. And what I want to know is after they spent about $35,000, $40,000 per person for, I don't know, a 28-day rehab stay, what happens when they relapse and they go back to using drugs? Where do they go then? I have a feeling, nobody has said that, this is me speaking, that there will be an internment camp for drug addicts because they can't get sober and clean, which is a bunch of horseshit. She's going to have the authority over them. And she wants to expand the right to legally acquire arms, but use them safely. So I'm thinking, because we have some of the strictest gun control laws on the globe, that Alberta will now be so flush with AK-47s, AR-15s. But as long as you use them safely, we're going to have bump stocks again. We're going to have ghost guns. Because that's what her base wants. Sound familiar? And maybe she won't put taxes on them either, just like it was done in the States. So we're trying to keep all those guns out of our country. She's going to have them all come back. So we're trying to ban guns from coming across the border, and Alberta has been coached by Republican Jesus for the last 40 years, like I said. They have been coming up here and training, literally having training seminars on stuff on how to whitewash everything enough that people will start to listen and start to believe it and go, that might not be a good, until it fucking happens. Until it happens. So Canada, you don't think what's happening in the States will happen here? We have our elbows up and all that stuff? Look what she's doing already. Banning books. Banning vaccine mandates when she had the worst measles outbreak in Canada since in 50 years rather. You don't think it's going to happen here? Look what they're doing out there. And Pee-Pee wants too many immigrants here. Let's get rid of the immigrants. Is he going to start putting up mass deportation signs like Mango Moose Knuckle did? Listen to what they're saying. You're all saying, oh, Trump can't do that. He's not going to come up here and do that. We don't have to have him coming up there. We've got Polly Evan Danielle Smith. We got them doing it. Pay attention, Canada. Don't be like my mother. Oh, that stuff only happens down there. That'll never happen here. Guess what? It's here. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, love me, like me, share me, please leave comments. Comments really help boost my algorithm and get me out to more people. I don't know how many more people want to hear me, but we're doing good so far. Just saying. Doing good so far. And hangers on, I love you so much. I sincerely love you all so much. And remember, it doesn't cost anything to join my channel. I don't have any sponsors. I don't have any membership thingies because one, I don't know how to do it, and one, I don't care to right now. I really don't. I'm doing just fine. I'm liking doing my little stuff around here, doing what I can when I can, and giving you the odd shot of Vivi. Let's see if we can get her to look up here. Turn this around. There, Vivi. Dizzy, look at Mommy. Oh, is he a good girl? Nope, just looking out at the grass. You got side-eye. Did you see it? She gave you side-eye. And that's what I feel like. I'm on a tilt. But anyway, yeah. So listen up, Canada. Pay attention. Elbows up. Naughty Nana loves ya. And to Danielle Smith, turn that right up nice and loud for you. All right. Take care, everybody. Be kind to you first so you can be good to somebody else. Please. I love you.